So now that we've talked about the exposure and what is the iris, what is the shutter speed, and what is the ISO, the real skill in a photographer is to take all three of those and put them together. Some people call this the exposure triangle, the three main elements that affect how you're going to expose your image. When it comes to exposure, there's no set rule on what you're supposed to do. This is really something that you as a photographer get to decide. What f-stop do you prefer? What shutter speed? What ISO? And dependent on the situation, you'll find yourself preferring a certain look to another. I personally think it's easiest to say, oh, well, it's kind of bright outside, so I'm going to shoot at ISO 100 because I know I'll have enough light for that. And then I'll decide, well, I want to shoot at f4, let's say, and from there, whatever the shutter needs to be, I'll adjust accordingly. There's other times though that, say I go into a dark room and I'm like, oh man, I need all the light I can get. I'll take it to the highest ISO that I'm comfortable shooting at, let's say ISO 1600, and then I'll go down to a 1/60th shutter speed because that's the point where I know I can be handheld and not get too much blur, and I'll open the f-stop to where it needs to be. And depending on what my image looks like, I'll take the shot, look at it, say, oh, I need more light. Okay, well, I guess I'll take the f-stop, I'll open it up a little bit more, or I'll make the ISO just a little bit more sensitive. A big part of this is to practice, take test shots, and then import to your computer. Look at the image on a computer screen and see if you're able to edit them at all. See what you're able to do in the post-production. That's a huge step in this. So when it comes time to shoot, you really need to be thinking about these three factors, and sometimes it's best to, set your ISO, sort of forget about it, focus on shutter and aperture, or try taking one shot at ISO 100, 200, 400, 800, 1000, 2000, and then later go look at them, go see what they look like, what's the difference, and decide what you like. Then try shooting at every f-stop. This is really the best thing you can do with digital photography, is take thousands of photos. Just practice, practice, practice. See what your eye likes and find the exposure that's right for you.